well, started fabricating on the exhaust and the wastegate stuff. I would strongly recommend anybody who's doing this to get the manifold that has the wastegate on top. I think, I don't know, or maybe on the front. It's difficult down there. So I had to bought a, it was a 40, it was a 90, but they were twisted a little bit, and I had to cut it off right here. I had to cut this flange off, rotate this. It was way over here, and so that would, and then also put a little angle on it down. Got that welded back together and all bolted in. Had to do the same thing. You can kind of see some of the marks on the weld marks on that guy down there. I had to cut it off and angle it differently and rotate it so it would clear down in the well down there. And you see down there now, maybe a little better. Yeah, just barely clears. Doesn't aim at anything melty. And then I got this guy bolted in. So then the next step was to get my exhaust down that hole, which this guy here, yeah, 3-inch. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with 3-inch for sure. I'm not a great welder, but just put the flange on, and it goes something like that. Like that. Gives me clearance on the wastegate. I guess that's the right way to do it. Gives me clearance on the wastegate, and about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch all the way around there. I'm gonna have to do like a 30 or something to get it down. The objective is to connect this to the original stuff for right now. I don't have a lift, so I'm just gonna run with the standard exhaust. I'm gonna get that down too. Standard exhaust is in there. I'm gonna use those for right now just to make it run and drive. Then I got to push this aside before it gets tuned. But I think this goes towards the front, which means I can just buy it or make a flange, make a flange, and then go into it with either 3-inch or I got a bunch of 2-inch up there. I'm not sure. Just to temporary it together, I'm going to put a flange on here so that I can take that piece off. Just kind of in components. I need to crawl under there and see how it all hangs together and what it looks like and what I need to do. But yeah, this is how far I got today. So the next objective is connect the exhaust, this piece, to the factory, and then do some tubing for the wastegate, and that will tell me, you know, how it actually runs with the wastegate hooked up. And then I don't know if I'm going to try and integrate this or do the Haltech. I think for right now, just to make it run and drive, I'm going to put a AEM. I've got an AEM kit here. This has got a boost gauge, and it's a fail-safe, so it's got a boost and an oxygen sensor. So I might put that in there just to see how it's working with all the factory stuff, with the boost and all that, and then maybe it'll run and drive pretty safely for right now. I'm not gonna like performance-wise it, but I have to get another car in here. Miss Teresa's 32, the green thing with the flames on it. She wants it running before summer, and this will be at a point where the fabrication is done. I'll get it outside and we can, you know, worry about tune, whether it goes on the Haltech or whether it gets a factory ECU tune. Anyway, that's where we're at today. So I know this is getting long. I'm going to do a little bit more fabrication and then just show you what I did. Most of the stuff is straightforward. I mean, as you know, stuff isn't bolt-in. I mean, it'd be nice if it was, but I had, like I said, got to cut stuff and move it and do a little welding and just a little bit of stuff. I got my new AC condenser in the box. We'll bolt that guy on, and then we'll see how this intercooler lays, and then we'll start doing cold side piping into the doodle. Hot side piping's almost done. No, or the exhaust piping's almost done, sorry. it is what it is. Still not sure how to run this. See, if I do the Haltech, I'll get rid of the MAF by using the intake air temperature sensor. If I just do factory stuff, then I'll keep this, but it'll go over on this side going into the turbo. At least that's what it shows in my research. So I'll have to do might have to get a bigger one, but tune down. Anyway, just looking at plans. All right, we'll pick you up when I make some more progress. All right, well, I know you guys saw this down tube, and then for right now, I'm just going to tie in the existing exhaust. This goes after the cat. So I cut the flange off that held the cat. This is 2-inch. This is 2.5. This is 3-inch. So what I did is this is just taped. It's not welded yet, but reduced to a 3 to 2-inch reducer. This is all stainless. And then a small transition and direction, and then a straight 7/8-inch piece. So this slips on to the stock exhaust. It's got a sleeve and it bolts on. And then this bolts onto the transmission area. So what I'm going to use this for is, this is mild steel, this is mild steel. So I'm going to weld to this. Actually, I'm going to slide it under there. I'm going to put this on, I'm going to slide this under and weld this, because this has a little bit of movement. So if my angle's not quite right on the alignment of this piece from the turbo down to this guy, I'll have this guy on the turbo, and then I'll slide this on and it'll kind of get in place, and then I'll tack it with the MIG. I've got it sitting out. I'll move my cart over, tack it with the MIG, then I can take it back off and weld it, and then I'll, at the same time, this piece slides on. You can barely see that mark, maybe you can see it. It slides onto that spot. So if I want, if it's not too long, if I want, I can cut it off a little bit for clearance. If not, if it works, then I'll put it together and I'll tack it. Then I'll take the whole piece out, or I might mark it, I'm not sure. Then I'll take the whole piece out and weld it up with just the MIG, I think. I don't think I'm going to take this, but the point is, this is just temporary until I figure out what I'm going to do with the exhaust. Again, I don't have a lift, so I can't build my own exhaust. And it doesn't make any sense to pay anybody to do exhaust when I know I can do better myself. So basically what I'm saying is, this is a temporary solution. I think I will do 2.5-inch out. I don't know if it's got, I just went back there to look and I didn't look. I don't know if it's got dual out or not. If it's got dual out, I might retain. It doesn't. It just has there are 2 pipes, but that doesn't mean anything. Some of these cars have dual exhaust out the back, which I might do. I don't know. I haven't figured out what to do with it, but I think I will do 2.5 out ultimately through a resonator and a muffler, whatever. I need to talk to some people about what sounds good. Anyway, this is just temporary, so I don't think I can carry 3-inch all the way out. And I don't know if I'm going to make that much power. We'll see. Ultimately, what I want to do is right here, or somewhere in this pipe. I don't know if I want to go 3-inch down more with the ultimate solution, and then have a V-band or not. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I can take this center piece out, because this is where my oxygen sensors will be. So the car's got 2, a pre and a post cat. I'm going to put the pre in, and then I'm going to use my AEM one for actually looking at stuff. The post will hang free, so any tune won't freak out the car. It'll think, oh, whatever it's seeing here is perfect stoic air, because it's going to be out in the air. That's what my buddy's Volkswagen, that's the tune he had. I mean, I know I can do weird stuff with the Haltech if that's what I end up doing, but right now we're just trying to get it running and driving, and then I can put the Haltech in. I think this is kind of what I'm going to do, and then exhaust if I get a lift. If not, we'll have somebody do the exhaust, but it's down the line. Kind of on a time crunch now, because on my friend's car, Miss Therese, I promised her I'd have it done for her to drive this summer. It's been 2 years since she totaled, 2 summers I should say, since she rolled her car. You guys might remember the green 32 Phaeton with yellow flames. we did the motor and some tune-up stuff, carburetor and stuff like that, and basically doubled the horsepower, and it was a little bit more than expected, and cold tires and exuberant driving, and she ended up rolling it. Not too bad, just kind of tumbled over on it, but we need to do some body stuff and suspension stuff, and then get her back on the road. So we're just going to get this guy running and driving, and button up all the little things. So I'm just in here tonight. I'm going to weld this stuff up, and then I'm going to put it in and see where we're at. Yeah, see where it sits. And then tomorrow I want to do that. I'm going to try and get some turbo piping in. I think we're going to retain, for expedience, we're going to retain the MAF airflow sensor over here. I'm going to order a 90, and I'm just going to 90 it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I think I can do a 90 straight down into whatever MAF size that is, and then we'll just leave it like that because it'll run and drive like that. Hopefully it won't be, I'll be reading the oxygen sensor, but hopefully it won't be too lean to like just run and drive around, or maybe it'll be too rich. Who knows? We'll see. That being said, I'm going to continue on with this welding stuff. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what we're doing. All right, got some work done last night. Welded this thing up. Again, we're just adapting this to the original 2-inch in the car for right now. Boss lady said I can get a lift, so we're gonna just make it run and drive, and then I'll upgrade the exhaust later. So this goes on the 2.5-inch, slides in there, and then I think I'm just gonna clamp it. I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna clamp it. And then this is done. I know you can't see much down there, but it goes 3-inch to 2.5. It's stainless, and then the straight piece of stainless slides into this. So if I clamp this, then I can later on cut the stainless back a little bit and put a clamp on there, a V-band or something, so that I can take the one piece out that I want. So the next thing I have to do is drill a couple holes for some oxygen sensors. I'm gonna do one right about here, I think, and then one right about here, pre and post. But I'm not gonna do the post because it's gonna be the AEM. The post is gonna hang free. I think I said that earlier. Then I started doing this stuff last night, and these pieces of pipe came with this kit, like $160 for the intercooler, the blue connectors, and 2-inch. Hey DJ, 2-inch pipe, and they actually I didn't have to do any bending or anything, or anything like that. They just kind of fit in there pretty good. So I'm just gonna put some couplers on there. I'm getting to the point where I got to get some other stuff done, so I'm just trying to make her run and drive, and then I can upgrade later. I really wanted to do 2.5 pipes and a bigger intercooler, but this is what I had, what I ended up getting. So I'm going to rotate this guy. I'm going to clock it so it points down. Maybe put this piece in something like that. Cut it and bead roll it. And I'll have a coupler there and then a coupler here. So I got this coupler. Then I've got this measured out, so I can do a 90 to go into the MAF, and that should get us up and running. That'll be exhaust and turbo piping and everything. So other than tune, I mean, it should run. I can move it around on this tune. It may be rich or it may be a little lean, but shouldn't hurt it for just moving it around. And then we'll probably start looking at putting the Haltech in, because then I can get rid of this. This once I have it over here, I won't need it with the Haltech, but for now I need it. And then I got to do a little bit of wastegate plumbing, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Anyway, concentrating on finishing up these few things. Today we're going to make this bracket here and here, and then we're going to figure out how to attach this guy down here to the doodle. Same factory spot. I think I'm gonna drill this out and then space it and stuff. So and then make this last piece to there and clock this. That's our goals for the day. It's Sunday, so we can only do so much. And then I've already got my measurements for my couplers, the One's a 2.5 to 2. There's two 2.5 to 2s, and there's a 4-inch 90 to 3-inch. And then I need a 4-inch T-bolt. Need a 4-inch clamp for here. So yeah, anyway, that's what we're doing. If I can get underneath, I'll take some video of the pipe and how it lays out underneath there with some light. But I don't know if you can. I didn't get all my welding done. I'm about 2/3 from being done with, here, maybe change it like that. 2/3 from one, there's 3 sections there, and one section was about 1/3 done. And I ran out of gas. I was like, why is this thing not working right? But you can see, I've got 0 here and 25 there, so it's right at the end of, the bottle. So anyway, then I just make this because it's mild steel to mild steel. I just put that together. So anyway, I'll get some fabrication.